Have you ever noticed that some people can sleep for just 5 hours, yet wake up full of energy and ready to conquer the day, while others sleep for 10 or even 12 hours, but still wake up tired, sluggish, and yawning? Interesting contrast, isn't it? Why does this happen? What is the reason behind this weird disparity in how we wake up, even when the number of hours of sleep might seem to be the same? Today, we are deep diving into the science of sleep and exploring what's really going on in these scenarios. So, grab your favorite cup of tea or coffee, and let's get started on this fascinating journey into the world of sleep. Sleep is one of the most important activities we do each day, and it is very important for our physical and mental health. While we sleep, our body repairs tissues, rebuilds muscles, and strengthens the immune system. Sleep even helps the brain work hard by processing the information we have absorbed during the day and storing it in our long-term memory. Beyond this, sleep is responsible for improving mood, reducing stress, and regulating hormones, among other endless benefits. Simply put, sleep is crucial. Without it, we would not function at our best. Now, when it comes to how much sleep we need, the general recommendation from organizations like the World Health Organization, WHO, and most medical professionals is that adults need between 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. But here's the thing. In reality, the amount of sleep people get and how they feel upon waking can vary significantly. Some people do not even attain 7 hours, yet they wake up fully energized, alert, and ready for the day, while others may sleep the recommended amount or even more, but still wake up like they have not slept at all, groggy and barely able to stay awake. So, what is really going on here? Well, first, we must recognize that the WHO's recommendation of 7 to 9 hours is only an average guideline. Everyone's needs for sleep are different, and a number of factors can influence just how much sleep we really need to function. Some people have what is called short sleeper syndrome. People with short sleeper syndrome usually sleep only about 4 hours a night and do so their whole lives. This isn't just a matter of someone staying up late cramming for an exam or binge-watching some show on Netflix. This is how their bodies intrinsically work. After only a few hours of sleep, they wake up on their own and are perfectly fine. They aren't groggy, tired, or irritable, as one would feel when one doesn't get as much sleep as they do temporarily. Rather, they feel energetic and ready for the start of their day. Even more intriguingly, people with short sleeper syndrome are not negatively affected by the amount of sleep they get. Their bodies merely require less rest than most people do. Scientists believe this might be due to a genetic mutation, and it tends to run in the family. Although the scientists are still studying the exact cause for this phenomenon, one thing is for sure: these people have adapted to such a condition that enables them to function well on less sleep. On the other hand, there is a group of people who suffer from long sleeper syndrome. These are the people who need to sleep much more in order to feel rested, usually 10 to 12 hours. If they sleep less than this, they feel fatigued, sluggish, and unwell. Unfortunately, most of them hardly get to sleep as much as they would want because of work schedules, school, and social activities. These people always feel exhausted throughout the week and end up sleeping up to 15 hours during the weekend, trying to recover from the kind of sleep debt they have gathered. Long sleeper syndrome is very rare, affecting only about 2% of the population. If a person suspects that they have this condition, doctors must monitor the sleep patterns over a longer period to accurately diagnose this condition. So, if it sounds like an excuse to sleep longer, it actually is a legitimate medical condition and requires careful diagnosis and attention. But what about people who oversleep? It is otherwise known as sleeping much longer than the body requires, and that's an entirely different problem altogether. Although it may be enticing to sleep for many hours on end or nap too long, oversleeping has adverse effects on health. Those who sleep far beyond what their body requirements call for usually wake up in a haze, with a headache and aching all over. It can even disrupt the normal sleep cycle over time, resulting in an imbalance in the regulatory hormones of sleep and wakefulness. Indeed, it has been proved that oversleeping contributes to the development of such serious mental health disorders as depression and anxiety. So, although it may be a great feeling to sleep for a few more hours sometimes, it is very important to know that too much sleep may make you feel worse rather than better. Now, here's the interesting part. Some people sleep the recommended 7 to 9 hours, neither short sleepers nor long sleepers, but still wake up feeling exhausted and irritable. Why does this happen? The answer lies in the quality of sleep, not just the quantity. Eric Joe, a professor of sleep medicine at Harvard University, adds that while people often pay much attention to the hours they sleep, they don't pay any attention to the conditions in which they sleep. Really, how refreshed and energetic one feels depends on lots of factors from the external environment. For example, you might sleep for 9 hours, but either the room is too hot, your pillow hurts, or you have noise from traffic outside or bright light streaming in through the window. Perhaps you ate a heavy meal before bed, or ingested caffeine, or you were browsing your phone right up until you fell asleep. All these things can disturb your sleep quality, making you feel groggy and crabby the following day, though technically you might have slept enough hours. On the other hand, the sleeper who had only 7 hours of sleep but slept in a quiet and dark room, had an optimal bedroom temperature, a comfortable pillow, and followed a healthy bedtime routine may wake up refreshed and ready to tackle the day ahead. The key takeaway here is that it's not just about how many hours of sleep you get, but also about the quality of your sleep. A high-quality, restful sleep can make all the difference in how you feel when you wake up. Another important factor regarding sleep quality is whether a person reaches the deep sleep stage during the night. Sleep is not a single uniform state. Rather, it's a cycle of different stages, including non-rapid eye movement and rapid eye movement sleep. NREM sleep consists of 3 substages: N1, N2, and N3, which account for the majority of your sleep time. REM sleep is the stage when most of your dreaming occurs, and the brain processes your emotions and memories. This means that if the sleep cycle gets interrupted, one may fail to reach the deep sleep stage and still wake up tired after sleeping for a long period. For instance, you can feel like you are slipping in the REM stage when somebody opens the door. All of a sudden, it awakens you. This usually results in incomplete sleep, or so the cycle goes on. Even with 8 hours of sleep, if the sleep cycle is disrupted, you are groggy, stressed, and tired. If you manage to sleep through all the stages of the sleep cycle undisturbed so that your body can reach deep sleep and REM sleep, you are most likely to wake up rested and energized. So, how do these factors play into our age? Well, age plays a huge role in determining how much sleep we need. For example, infants might require as many as 16 hours of sleep each day to accommodate their massive growth and development. Preschool-aged children require roughly about 13 hours, whereas teens generally require about 10 hours. Adults need between 7 to 9 hours. But as we grow older, our sleep needs change. In fact, this is the end result of changes in the internal body clock, or circadian rhythm, which weakens as one gets older. Changes in the production of such sleep hormones as melatonin also make it increasingly more difficult for older adults to fall asleep and have good, long-lasting sleeps. That's why you may notice your grandparents or older family members sleep less and are much more sensitive to disturbances, waking up at the slightest noise. It's all a part of the natural aging process. And finally, let's not forget health conditions that affect sleep. For example, pregnant women may need more sleep during the first few months of pregnancy due to hormonal changes and increased metabolic demands. Conditions like sleep apnea, which causes breathing difficulties during sleep, can severely impact sleep quality, leading to frequent awakenings throughout the night. Individuals with sleep apnea may be waking up multiple times throughout the night without even realizing it. Sleep disturbances due to other health issues like anemia, iron deficiency, and thyroid problems will affect not only the sleep pattern, but also the rested feeling in the morning. All in all, our genetic pattern, sleep environment, health condition, and age are just a few factors affecting how much we need to sleep and how we feel during waking. It is not actually the number of sleeping hours, but the way we sleep, and if the deep stages of restorative sleep have been covered in a cycle. A big thank you for joining me today at Curious Corner. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating content. And if you have any questions or thoughts on sleep, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Until next time, take care and sleep well.